Jai Sitaram, and welcome to the first ever Diwali concert put on by the Movement for the Encouragement of Dharmic Services of the FMS,
the Indian Cultural Society,
and the Hindu Society of the University of the West Indies.
In these unprecedented times, where we have all been virtually segregated,
we hope to bring us all back together as one UWI family through song and dance.
So sit back, relax, and we do hope you enjoy tonight's featured presentation. Good evening, Sitaram, and welcome. It is a virtual Diwali celebration being held by the University of the West Indies, and namely 3 separate entities, all coming together and showing us that togetherness during this Diwali season will get us through any sort of difficulty. My name is Rodney Ilahi. I'm very happy to be your host for this virtual Diwali celebration. As I said, it is a collaboration among the UWI Hindu Society, the Indian Cultural Society, and the Faculty for Medical Sciences, MEDS, and they have all come together to bring to us a beautiful virtual Diwali celebration. We encourage you to let everyone know where we are. We are, of course, live on Facebook via 103.1 FM's Facebook page. We encourage you to share. We encourage you to let everyone know that they can be a part of this beautiful, not just presentation of singing, but also blessings as well. Happy Diwali from UWI, the University of the West Indies, and from yours truly as well. We begin this evening, of course, as we always do, and especially during these times, with prayer. Prayer is the most important thing to get us through these difficult times. A pandemic is something that is unparalleled. And we'd like to welcome, for our first item, if I may call it that, Pandit Abhedanand Prasad Sharma. He's going to bring us some words and, of course, some prayer to the Almighty.
नमस्तेस्तु महामाये श्रीपीते सुरपूजते शंखचक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते ओम आदिलक्ष्मी नमः ओम संतानलक्ष्मी नमः ओम गजलक्ष्मी नमः ओम धनलक्ष्मी नमः ओम धान्यलक्ष्मी नमः ओम वीरलक्ष्मी नमः ओम विजयलक्ष्मी नमः ओम ऐश्वर्यलक्ष्मी माताय नमः. It is with great pleasure, on behalf of all students of MEDS, we would like to take this opportunity to say the divine blessings to each and every one of you, and may the blessings of Mother Lakshmi continue to be upon you and your wonderful families. God bless all of you. Happy Diwali to all of MEDS, and continue keeping up the good work that you are doing. God's blessings. Om Shanti.
Thank you very much, Pandit Abhedanand Prasad Sharma. He's no stranger to 103.1 FM, and he's no stranger to the Hindu community and the community at large of Trinidad and Tobago and the diaspora all over the world. The program continues with a young lady who has studied Indian, Hindustani classical music, to be more precise. She's a graduate of the University of the West Indies. She's left several years ago, but her roots are still deeply embedded because she has performed many a time for the Indian Cultural Society of UWI and their Diwali celebrations. Let's welcome to the stage, the virtual stage, for this Diwali celebration, Sangeeta Subnaik.
Thank you so much. It's always a privilege to be here. I hope you all enjoy these performances. And on behalf of myself and Priya's Creation, my sponsor, and Zaveri Jewelry, I'd just like to wish everyone a Shubh Diwali. से चपली बंदी बोलो राधे कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण मिट जाएगी बंदेरी तेरी सारी कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण राधे कृष्णा जपने बंदे हो जाए मेरा पार चोर मोहब्बत दुनिया की तो कर ले सच्चा प्यार रोम रोम में अपने बसारे बोलो राधे कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण मिट जाएगी बंदेरी तेरी सारी कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण ओम हरि 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 ओम ओम हरि 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 ओम बोलो राधे कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण बोलो राधे कृष्ण Thank you.
Sangeeta was also a past winner of the NCIC's Youth Champ competition. She's performed at many a stage before, and again, no stranger to 103.1 FM. Thank you very much, Sangeeta. We'll be hearing from her as the evening ensues. With everything, even though this is a virtual affair, sponsorship is also something that is paramount to having these things succeed. And of course, UWI in general, and of course, the three entities would like to thank the sponsors, all of the sponsors, for making possible this evening's live show, a virtual affair, streaming on Facebook, streaming to all of Trinidad and Tobago and the wider world. Let's say a special thank you going out to Styles by Sai. Styles by Sai, you can check them on Instagram for women's clothing especially. And Batter Depot, they've got all your cake and baking supplies. You can check them on Instagram as well. Virtually, they are there. They are on the big www, so be sure and check out Batter Depot as well as Styles by Sai. We continue with this evening's program. Our next item is one of dance. As we know, during Diwali time, dance is one of those things that brings not just music, not just movement, but brings color and brings coordination, choreography. So many things go into what we know as what we would consider, some may consider, a simple dance item. It is anything but simple. At this time, we'd like to welcome the Abhinaya Dance Company. The Abhinaya Dance Company was founded by Christian Duki and Jessica Babwa. They're going to present for us a very beautiful and well choreographed dance item of the song Ghumar. Let's enjoy.
जी आओ घूमरड़ी खिलबान पधारो सा घूमरड़ी खिलबान अलम तारो गुररा 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 आसो मारो जीवड़ो घड़ो हिचकावे ओ घबरावे मन में भावे मारो पागलो भवन मन भावे चमक चम बाजे
I did tell you in my introduction that dance offers so much more than just music and movement, and you saw that especially with that particular item. Thank you very much to the Abhinaya Dance Company. Our next item on this virtual affair features a gentleman who, honestly, I really do not need to introduce. He goes by so many, well, he wears so many hats, firstly, and his reputation speaks for itself. But nonetheless, this is a gentleman who was a recipient of the National Hummingbird Gold Medal several years ago. He's an arranger, a composer, he's a researcher in music, he's a musician, as we know, a vocalist, a tutor, a cultural activist, and he's one who is always present where Indian culture is regarded in TNT and the wider diaspora as well. He also holds the hat of the UWI Indian Cultural Society Staff Advisor. And at this time, showing us his immense talent, the highly respected, I'm very privileged to welcome Shivanan Maharaj. Every time I see Shivanan Maharaj perform, I'm motivated. I'm really motivated to know that someone from Trinidad and Tobago can still have and be able to harness what is this talent that is Hindustani classical music, Indian influence music, and so much has come from our forefathers, but so much has remained and so much has evolved over the years as well in this modern day and age, in 2021 and beyond. Thank you very much, Mr. Shivadan Maharaj, for your presentation. We continue in the form of music and in another form of Trinidadian music. What I mean by that is this is a form of music that has evolved over the last at least 100 years. In the 20th century, it was the only musical instrument to be invented, as we know, and it is one that many consider to be the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. No one would argue with that statement. This gentleman was introduced to the steel pan at age 6. He's a panorama arranger, and he's a current Panogramma 2021 winner. He comes with a lot of pedigree. Apart from traveling the world and sharing his talent, this guy is known for his ever so popular YouTube hit covers on the big WWWB show, and check out his YouTube channel. We're talking about a guy who has 3 million cumulative views on his YouTube. That is not something that comes by chance. That comes with effort, and in this case, it comes with musical talent. We're talking about a gentleman who I'm very, very happy to introduce. His name is Kishon Julian, and he welcomes you to this Diwali celebration the way he knows how, via the steel pan. Thank you very much, Kishon. I did tell you that Trinidad and Tobago has a lot to be proud of, and the fusion of music is one of those things that Trinidad and Tobago, our flag, can fly really, really high for that. Steel pan is a beautiful instrument, and I love when it's incorporated in Indian authentic music. as well. Once again, we'd like to say thank you to one of our sponsors for this evening's show. We're talking about Alex Shipment Shipping Company. They order products from any online retailer. You can get laptops, you can get clothing, you can get personal and household items. They purchase for you, they ship, they clear, they deliver your items to your door, straight to your doorstep. And the best thing, no credit card is needed. You need to check out Alex Shipment Shipping Company. You can give them a call or a WhatsApp. Take this number down. It's 359-6907. Alex is also on Instagram. You can look for them at ALEKS_shipments on Instagram, and be sure and check them out. Thank you very much to them for part sponsoring this evening's show. So we continue with the entertainment. I did tell you we had a packed program this evening, and we encourage you once again to share that live video, comment, and make sure that everyone is where they need to be, which is at this UWI collaborative effort virtual Diwali show. Next on the agenda is a young lady. She's 20 years old. She is currently pursuing a degree in management studies at, of course, the University of the West Indies. She's a member of the She's a member and the PRO of the Amarjot Sabha Mandir. She's been a part of the Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh for the past 6 years, and hobbies include, apart from singing, cooking and spending quality time with her family. That is always a good thing. Let's welcome, give a nice virtual, you give a physical round of applause, and I'm sure we're going to get that vibration wherever we are. But let's give a nice round of applause to Rupa Maharaj. Talent galore. That is one thing that I love about shows like these. And not just talent galore, but young talent. It shows that the culture, that the Indian culture is still very much alive amongst the younger demographic. Yeah, thank you very much to Rupa, just 20 years old. We want to move right along, but before we do, let's say a special thank you to one of our sponsors once again, and that is Posh by Diana. Posh by Diana. Don't be misguided by the name. You need to check out Posh by Diana. They got Instagram, they got Facebook, and everything that's beauty, makeup, skincare, and everything along those lines. Ladies, you need to check out Posh by Diana. Tire Warehouse Limited, special thanks to them as well for all your car parts, tires, and rims. So we want to say a special thank you to them also. Moving along with the entertainment, here is once again as I welcome or re-welcome, this time on an individual scale, a young lady who is representative of UWI, the University of the West Indies, and of course a collaborative effort amongst UWI, especially the Faculty of Medical Sciences. We're talking about the 20-year-old pharmacy student of the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine campus. We're talking about someone who is currently the reigning Miss Bollywood UWI Queen. That is something that should be applauded as well. Yep, she was trained in Indian classical music for over 10 years. Now, mind you, she's only 20. So this is to show you how early it would have started. It would have started with training in vocals, with the violin, and the keyboard as well. This tutelage is heavily credited and attributed to her father, Shivanand Maharaj. Special thank you to him for harnessing that talent and giving us this beautiful young lady who is not just academically inclined, but one who knows music, who knows culture, and is talented, as you will see in a couple seconds, with the violin. Let's all welcome Charisse Khan. Thank you very much, Shirish. She is, of course, the president of the ICS, the Indian Cultural Society, and was trained very, very admirably so by her dad, Shivanan Maharaj. I want to say a special thank you going out to Tech Supply TT, that's tech.supply TT. They've been supplying Trinidad with the latest technology at the lowest prices for quite a while, so you can check them out, Tech Supply TT. Our next item, again, I did say this for one of our previous items, but our next item, he doesn't really but he doesn't really need much of an introduction, but he deserves every single word of it. Yep, he's a gentleman, again, who is no stranger to the Indian culture in Trinidad and Tobago, that sphere, and across the Caribbean and across the wider world. He's a gentleman who has crossed over as well from Indian to Billboard and to the Western styled music as well. That would have been shown especially so 11 years ago. In 2010, this gentleman won the Digicel Rising Stars competition. He's a gentleman who has been trained in Western classical music. He ventured into Indian classical music. He made his mark across the world. He's a guy who has several trophies and several accolades that we can attest to, and that we know he has flown the flag of Trinidad and Tobago and Indian culture very high across the world. The Biennial Music Festival of 2012, the winner of the tenor solo category in that particular instance. He's also two-time winner of the Chutney Soca Monarch, that is in 2018 and 2019. He became the first winner of the Digicel Rising Star to sit on a judging panel. So he was a winner in 2010 and subsequently sat as a judge several years later. We present to you, courtesy UWI and the Medical Sciences faculty, we are very, very happy to present Nival Chetlal.
जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी मैया, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी। सब आए शरण तिहारी मैया, आए शरण तिहारी मैया, दे दर्शन महारानी, दे दर्शन महारानी। जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी मैया, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी। मंगलमय पावन मैया, कृपा सदा बरसावे, दीन दुखी शरणागत जन के बिगड़े काज बनावे। तू अनंत महादानी मैया, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी। देव सभी आराधन करते, ऋषि मुनि ध्यान लगाते, इस नश्वर संसार के प्राणी तेरी कीरत गाते। तू देवी वरदानी मैया, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी। तू राजी जिस पे हो जावे, खोले सुख के द्वारे, मन में जगावे ज्ञान की ज्योति, हर लेती अंधियारे। तू ज्योतिर्मय शिवानी मैया, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी मैया, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी। सब आए शरण तिहारी मैया, आए शरण तिहारी मैया, दे दर्शन महारानी, दे दर्शन महारानी। जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी मैया, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी, जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी।
Nival is always so professional in front of the camera, but behind the camera, that guy is a different kettle of fish, boy. He's so fun to be around, and he's such a humble human being as well. Nival, thank you very much. Let's give him a nice round of applause at home, wherever you are safely right now. We ask you to give him a nice round of applause. Nival Chetla, ladies and gentlemen. We move on to a young lady who is currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in pharmacy at the University of the West Indies. She is the events coordinator for the ICS, the Indian Cultural Society, as well as the Deputy Public Relations Officer for the Hindu Society. She's got a passion for Indian and Hindu culture that is evident as soon as you meet her and talk to her. She has been this way from a very, very young age. She enjoys singing bhajans especially, and she's got other hobbies like photography and then some. We're talking about a well-rounded individual, academically, talent, musically, and otherwise. Let's welcome Priya Sankar.
निश्रिन तेरा ध्यान करे हम, सुमिरो मंत्र तिहारा। हे शिव शंकर मंत्र जगाओ, होवेगा तुझियारा। नमामि शंकर, नमामि शंकर, नमामि शंकर, नमामि शंकर। कृपा करो त्रिपुरारी, जय भोला बंदारी शिवर, जय भोला बंदारी, जय भोला बंदारी शिवर, जय भोला बंदारी। जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर। सब जग में हितकारी, जय भोला बंदारी शिवर, जय भोला बंदारी। शंकर नारे शब्द जगाकर, स्वर संगीत बहाया। युग युग त्रिशूल तिहारा तेरा नाम जपा से जग में मिलता मुक्ति द्वारा महादेव पर ब्रह्म विरागा महादेव पर ब्रह्म विरागा आये शरणति आये शरणति आये शरणति हारी जय भोला बंदारे शिवर जय भोला बंदारे जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर सब जग में हितकारी जय भोला बंदारे शिवर जय भोला बंदारे बंदारी बंदारी नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा भोला बाबा बम भोला बाबा बम भोला बाबा भोला बाबा बम भोला बाबा बम भोला बाबा नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा बम भोला बाबा बम भोला बाबा बम भोला बाबा
You know, I may say this a few times and I keep saying this, but I'm really impressed when young individuals show not just academic inclination, but they also show this passion. It's not forced upon them, but they show this passion for Indian culture. That is something that deserves a like. It deserves a share. Please let your friends, let your family know that we are live on Facebook with this virtual experience, the Diwali celebration, virtual Diwali celebration from the University of the West Indies, the Medical Sciences faculty. A special mention and a special thank you going out to Nova Power Medical. You can visit them today and get your oxygen concentrators amidst these COVID-19 times. Be very careful with how you operate outside. We all know all the COVID-19 protocols need to be put in place and we should adhere to them. However, in this time, sometimes you need things to keep you safe as well, or in the case of emergency, as we have learned the hard way over the last almost 2 years. Oxygen concentrators, they supply, that is Nova Power Medical. You can visit them today. Dipped_TT, that is what you need to look for right now on Instagram. Dipped_TT, it's a dessert shop specializing in famous chocolate-coated strawberries. Say no more. I mean, come on. Go and look for them on Instagram. Dipped_TT, the dessert shop, and streetfood_TT as well. Thank you very much to those sponsors. The next gentleman, again, it is not a coincidence, but most of these performers, especially the performers who would have been around the circuit, the cultural circuit in Trinidad and in the wider Caribbean as well, a lot of them are very familiar to the radio station from which I belong, 103.1 FM, and a lot of them, we have a very special relationship with them from many, many years, and we just continue to have this formidable relationship promoting Indian culture. The next gentleman is one such individual, such a strong relationship with 103.1. He started music from the age of 6. That is remarkable, and it shows because he's been around for several decades. He's joined the band Gayatones. I think you know who this is already. He's joined the band Gayatones at the age of 12 alongside his dad Kapil. He became one of the youngest keyboardists at that time, several years ago. In 2011, he copped the Mastana Bahar title by not singing a word or not dancing, but by instrumentation, which some may argue is more difficult and the most difficult of all the categories. He's an exceptional keyboard player, an exceptional music arranger as well. He's currently the leader of his very own band, the RG Band. RG, in this case, allows me, and a nice segue to welcome Mr. Rishi Gayadeen. We move along with another item of dance, this time under the umbrella of the 411 Dance Theatre. She is a year 3 student, a year 3 medical student at the University of the West Indies, and this dance group is being led by her. At least this particular dance item is being led by her. It's a Bollywood-style dance to the song Bajirao Mastani. Well, the movie, sorry, Bajirao Mastani. The song is Diwani Mastani. And this item features Amisha Lulkul, who I gave that introduction to shortly, Nikhila Maharaj, Nivya Ramkaran, and Sangeeta Rajkumar. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with this University of the West Indies virtual Diwali concert by bringing to you members of the 411 Dance Theatre, led by Mrs. Lian Das. The 411 Dance Theatre, led by Lian Das. I say Lian Das, but several years ago that would have been amended to Lian Das Maharaj. Yep, Lian Das Maharaj, the leader of the 411 Dance Theatre, and of course also one of 103's biggest fans, if I could say that as well. So thanks once again to the 411 Dance Theatre. A special thank you to all the sponsors, especially those who would have been mentioned previously and who will be mentioned as the show ensues. We've got Mementos Shop. Mementos Shop has got unique items, some personalized items for any occasion. If you're looking for something for that significant other, for your parents, for your siblings, for your children, for a special occasion and you want it personalized, Mementos Shop is definitely the place you need to check out. They've got products ranging from apparel, they've got clothing, household items, drinkware, Christmas gifts, they've got so much more. So visit them. You want to find out how? You can go on the gram, as they say, Instagram. You're looking for Mementos_TT. Special thanks also to Z's Burgers and First Priority Music, making possible this show this evening. We move right along with that special thank you to our sponsors, some of our sponsors. We move right along to another gentleman, and I say this for the third time, one who is so esteemed in this Indian circuit, in the Indian culture, in not just Trinidad, but all over the Caribbean and the wider world. He's a gentleman who also has a very strong relationship to 103.1 FM. He started at the age of 9 and continues to define himself as one of the leading musicians in the Caribbean. And when I tell you, this guy has flown the flag of Trinidad high all the way to India. He did an instrumentation in 2019, forgive me, I think it's 2019, a couple of years ago, instrumentation that drew the attention of the Indian Prime Minister in 2019. He was one who was applauded, he was lauded by the Indian Prime Minister. When it was shared on social media, it got literally hundreds of thousands of views, that instrumentation. And it's just one of those jewels that is this gentleman I'm going to introduce shortly. He is the co-founder of Sangeet Mahavidyalaya. He's a co-founder of that organization on his return to Trinidad after studying and perfecting his knowledge and his skills in Indian Hindustani classical music. This is just one facet of this gentleman known as Sri Rana Mohip. Let's enjoy a selection. Let's enjoy this beautiful presentation from Sri Rana Mohip and group.
जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, ओ रामा भवानी, ओ रामा अचल वरदानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, ओ रामा भवानी, ओ रामा अचल वरदानी, जय जग जननी भवानी। जगमग 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 ज्योति विराजे, ज्योति विराजे, जगमग 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 ज्योति विराजे, ज्योति विराजे, तेज प्रताप निदानी, हो राम निदानी, हो राम अचल वरदानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, हो राम भवानी, हो राम अचल वरदानी, जय जग जननी भवानी। महिमा 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 अपार तुम्हारो, अपार तुम्हारो महिमा, अपार तुम्हारो, अपार तुम्हारो, शेष सुरेश निजानी, हो राम निजानी, हो राम अचल वरदानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, हो राम भवानी, हो राम अचल वरदानी, जय जग जननी भवानी। जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, ओ रामा भवानी, ओ रामा अचल वरदानी, जय जग जननी भवानी.
Thank you very much, Sri Rana Mohip. In case you guys didn't know, I know there's a lot to know and a lot that we already know about the gentleman who is the esteemed Sri Rana Mohip. But one of the things that he did that stands out as a hallmark is the conducting and orchestrating of a choir at the largest epic Hanuman Chalisa chanting. It took place at Diwali Nagar several years ago, and Sri Rana Mohip was the gentleman who started and conducted and orchestrated all of it, and that takes a lot of doing. We're talking about 15,000 people chanting the Sri Hanuman Chalisa at Diwali Nagar. At present, in case you don't know, just FYI, Sri Rana Mohip is a senior instructor of music at the Academy of the Performing Arts at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. We do hope that Sri Rana Mohip, as he continues to do, we do hope that he continues imparting this knowledge and this wisdom, this advice that he continues to give to the younger generation, because he's a guy who is unparalleled. And we do hope that it remains, his knowledge and his talent remains for many, many, many years. Thank you once again. One thing that always draws my attention, especially in music, is the use of drums. Whether it be, it could be the dholak, it can be the tabla, but drums, for me personally, and I'm sure a lot of you would agree, it gives this different feeling to music. And this gentleman, who I'm going to introduce next, is a tabla connoisseur. He's a guy who is also at the University of the West Indies, formerly from Presentation College in San Fernando. He's a year one student who's pursuing his Bachelor's of Law degree at the University of the West Indies. Now, he's been playing tabla for a long time. He's been playing drum set as well. He's a guy who loves the drums like me, except he can play them and I can't. So he's been playing the tabla, he's been playing the drum set and the dholak since his age was in single digits. We're talking about 6 years old. It's a pleasure to welcome to the virtual stage, at least, this gentleman who's also a Bal Vikas competition winner. He's performed at several functions and events. Let's all welcome, give a nice virtual round of applause to this guy, Nicholas Sinanan.
लागा चुनरी में दाग छिपाऊं कैसे लागा चुनरी में दाग छिपाऊं कैसे घर जाऊं कैसे लागा चुनरी में दाग छिपाऊं कैसे लागा चुनरी में दाग नजर मिलाऊं कैसे घर जाऊं कैसे लागा चुनरी में दाग छिपाऊं कैसे लागा चुनरी में दाग छिपाऊं कैसे लागा चुनरी में दाग सप्त सुरन 3 ग्राम बंसी बाजी रे ससानी सानी नी धनी दादा बाबा मामा का माधा मामा गरे सा धारा किरदा चरण धरन धरत पाग पड़त नहीं परन झांझर झनके झनन ननन नादिर दिन तनन तनन ननन नादिर दिन तनन तन तान तेरे नादिर तनन दिल तान तुम तेरे नादिर तनन दिल तान
Well, we've heard the term power couple many a time, and a lot of the times we think about modern power couples. But in Indian classical, not just music, but in the Indian culture in Trinidad and Tobago, the power couple is none other than Sri Rana Mohip and Suzanne Mohip. I'm sure you would have seen her performing with Sri Rana Mohip on many a stage, but she also goes by the stage name, showcasing a different talent. She goes by the stage name Baby Suzanne. You've heard Baby Suzanne, that name, many a time, especially in decades gone. Baby Suzanne is a qualified dancer, and today she's going to show us exactly the level of skill she would have acquired from dancing at the age of 3. From 3 years old, she started dancing, honing those skills, being silky smooth on the stage, and inspiring so many dancers after her. I would like you all to welcome a name that is synonymous with dance in the Caribbean, a name that has received a scholarship from the government of India and completed her studies at the Kathak Kendra. We're talking about an instructor for performing arts at the UTT, the University of Trinidad and Tobago. Today, under the auspices of the University of the West Indies, the Medical Sciences faculty. Let's welcome Baby Suzanne, Suzanne Mohip.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गं गं गणपति गज मुख मंडल गिड 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 थुन थुन तत तत्ति जय जगवंदन वक्रतुंड दानी दाता धिगन हरण शुभ करण धगन दाग तुम किट तुड़ंग तुड़ंग धरिगन ते तुड़ंग तुड़ंग धरिगन ते तुड़ंग तुड़ंग धरिगन ते गंगं गणपति गजमुख मंडल नाचत गणपति थे तदे गंगं गणपति गजमुख मंडल नाचत गणपति थे तदे थे तदे थे तदे थे तदे थे आ थे तदे थे तदे थे तदे थे गंगं गणपति गजमुख मंडल नाचत गणपति थे तथे नाचत गणपति थे तथे गंगं गणपति गजमुख मंडल नाचत गणपति थे तथे नाचत गणपति थे तथे नाचत गणपति थे तथे.
If you ever need any sort of motivation to pursue anything that is Indian oriented, we're talking about music, we're talking about dance, vocals, musical instrumentation, it doesn't matter. The culture is well alive here in Trinidad and Tobago after almost 2 centuries of our forefathers reaching on the shores of Trinidad and Tobago. It shows how much it has grown over that time. Trinidad and Tobago is a rich and diverse place, and Diwali is a time where this talent, this culture is showcased in so many ways. Food, dance, instrumentation, and so much more. We've almost come to the end of today's show. Thank you very much to Suzanne Mohib, aka Baby Suzanne, for that little vintage presentation. It reminds us of many a year gone by. We have our penultimate item right now. I'd like to welcome once again a singer who graced the stage a little bit earlier on, a former student of the University of the West Indies, a very qualified singer. She's graced many a stage across the country as well, and continues to grow, continues to blossom, and continues to take her singing skills to a different level. Let us all welcome for a second time around, for her second selection, Sangeeta Subnaik.
मोर बोले चकोर बोले आज राना के नैनों ने शाम डोले मोर बोले चकोर बोले आज राना के नैनों ने शाम डोले मोर बोले चकोर बोले शाम मेरी भीगी भीगी अखियों का गजरा वही मेरी सुनी सुनी बाइयों का गजरा शाम मेरी भीगी भीगी अखियों का गजरा वही मेरी सुनी सुनी बाइयों का गजरा मेरे जीवन में रस के फुहार बोले मोर बोले चकोर बोले आज राना के नैनों ने शाम डोले को पुकारा, मुरली की धुन में किया है इशारा, दूर से कन्हैया ने मुझे को पुकारा, मुरली की धुन में किया है इशारा, मेरे सपनों की वीणा की तार बोले, मोर बोले, चकोर बोले, आज राना की नैनों ने शाम डोली, मोर बोले, चकोर बोले। आज मेरे मन की लगन रंग लाई, प्यार का संदेशा भी संग संग लाई, आज मेरे मन की लगन रंग लाई, प्यार का संदेशा भी संग संग लाई, मेरी बगिया में चम चम बहार डोले, मोर बोले, चकोर बोले, आज राना की नैनों ने शाम डोली, मोर बोले, चकोर बोले। Thank you.
At this time, as I promised, it is going to be something that is, you don't want to miss this celebration, and it is a collaborative affair. It is one that has never happened before. It is a collaborative affair amongst the Indian Cultural Society, the UWI Hindu Society, and as well MEDS, the Faculty of Medical Sciences. The three leaders, I may call them that this evening, the three leaders of each of these organizations within the University of the West Indies, they are also going to be showcasing their talent this evening. So our next item, it features firstly Rishad Jogi. He's a 21-year-old student of the University of the West Indies. He is the current president of the UWI Hindu Society. We also have Arun Bisoon, 21 years as well. He is the current president of MEDS. He's a current second-year medical student, as the name, as the department, as the faculty may have inference to you, of course. Sharice Khan is also going to be joining us for this item. Sharice Khan is a 20-year-old pharmacy student of the University of the West Indies, and she is someone who is very versed, as is many of the performers this evening, very versed in Indian music and Indian classical music and what have you. We're going to learn a little bit more about her as the evening ensues. But Rishad Jogi, Arun Bisoon and Sharice Khan joining forces and representing the University of the West Indies.
सुख संपत्ति दाता
जो कोई तुमको ध्यावत
रिद्धि सिद्धि पाता
ओम जय लक्ष्मी
माता
तुम बादल निवासिनी
तुम ही शब्दाता मैया तुम ही
शुभदाता
कर्म
कर्म
प्रभाव प्रकाशिनी
प्रभाव प्रकाशिनी
निधि की त्राता
ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता
ओम
जय लक्ष्मी माता मैया जय लक्ष्मी माता तुमको निस दिन सेवक तुमको निस दिन सेवक हर विष्णु विदाता ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता
Much gratitude to all of the performers this evening, everyone behind the scenes as well who've made possible this wonderful Diwali presentation under the auspices of the University of the West Indies and in particular the medical faculty, the Faculty of Medical Sciences. Special thanks to all the sponsors, to 103.1 FM as well for streaming this on Facebook and online on YouTube as well. And a special thank you to my sponsor, Priya's Creation, for outfitting me this evening in this wonderful Indian garb. Thank you at home, thank you in TNT and abroad for being a part of this wonderful Diwali presentation. We have several votes of thanks and then we wrap up this presentation. Of course, you can catch this afterwards on 103's Facebook page and 103's YouTube channel, and we encourage you to continue supporting Indian culture and continue being strong during this time, this pandemic, as we all can get through this together. Sitaram and good night.
Sitaram, everyone. On behalf of the Movement of Dharmic Services of FMS, the UWI Indian Cultural Society, and the Hindu Society, we would like to say a special thank you to everyone who made this event possible. Firstly, we would like to say thank you to Pandit Atma Maharaj and the members of the Churkoo village, Mandir, for allowing us to use their temple to host our event. Next, we would like to express our gratitude to our various sponsors who facilitated this event using their hard-earned resources. We would like to say thank you to the UWI Guild for facilitating this event. We are also immensely thankful to the NCIC for rendering their assistance. Additionally, a heartfelt thank you to the performers for their time as well as talent in making this event possible.
We would like to say a special thank you to the hardworking executives of all three clubs for dedicating their time to the event, especially to the presidents Sharice Khan, Arun Bisoon, and Rashad Jogi of ICS, MEDS, and HS, respectively, who spearheaded the event. Thanks also to RNS Catering for the preparation of the delicious meals and refreshments. Our sincerest gratitude goes out to the 103 FM team for bringing this event to you, and to our host, Rodney Ilahi, for taking the time out of his busy schedule to be here with us. Lastly, but definitely not least, we would like to thank the parents, families, and well-wishers of the members of all three clubs for their undying support during the preparation and execution of this event. It would not have been possible without any of you here, and we would like to truly say thank you to any and everyone who offered their support or rendered assistance in any way possible. Dania Van and Sitaram.
Thank you all for watching.
We do hope you enjoyed tonight's proceedings.
And from all of us here at MEDS,
The UWI Indian Cultural Society,
the UWI Hindu Society,
we would like to wish you and your family a happy and holy Diwali. May Mother Lakshmi continue to shower her choicest blessings upon you and yours during these unprecedented times. Thank you.
Sitaram.